Agriculture is huge here in the state of Georgia, and without it, the state wouldn't be anything like it is today, which is why it's so important that people and organizations fight for its success every single day.
We represent all segments of agriculture, from farms to manufacturers to ag chem and fertilizer groups and ginners and shellers and research universities and then also other commodity groups. So we're a kind of an umbrella organization for everyone involved in the business of agriculture. And our goal really is to advance agriculture across the board, whether that's in economic development, environmental stewardship, or through legislative representation. We do a lot of different things, and every day we get up just to fight for agribusiness and those that are involved in the business of agriculture.
The importance of fighting for agribusiness can't be overstated, especially when you look at how important ag is to the state.
There's 1 in 7 jobs in this state are involved in agribusiness, so that's a huge deal. We think it's extremely important for a state to be able to provide food and fiber for its citizens, and Georgia can do that. We can feed our entire population, but then we can also have excess that can go around the country and even around the world. And that's just extremely important for a state, and Georgia's blessed to have the natural resources and the farmers and the agribusinesses that it takes to be able to do that.
They work for ag in a number of different ways, but always with the focus on making sure agribusiness remains competitive and has a level playing field.
We play a huge role in trying to make sure that all of our agribusinesses and all of our farms have what they need to be successful. And that's something that goes on behind the scenes a lot of times. I mean, obviously, the farms and the agribusinesses that are out there every day, they play the most important role. But we have a behind the scenes role to make sure that the environment for them is good and they're able to be competitive with not only our competitors in other states, but also we're seeing a lot of competition from other countries around the world where they don't have the same regulations or the same laws that we do. So we have to make sure that we're always focusing on keeping Georgia agriculture competitive so that our farmers can be successful and our agribusinesses can support those farms now and in the future.
One of the biggest areas they work in is policy, which entails working at the Capitol during session to make sure policy doesn't hinder agribusiness.
Every year we're always looking for legislation that it kind of advances private property rights, helps out the transportation system in Georgia. You know, we need a robust transportation system to make sure that all the products get moved from the farm to the anything in between and into restaurants and onto the clothing for folks in the state, so that's always important. Taxes are always something that's important to us, but really just making sure that our ag sector you know, is not over-regulated. There's sensible regulations, we have sensible tax laws, and then we provide the resources that the state has to make sure that research and other things are done to keep our farmers competitive.
Reporting in Bibb County for the Farm Monitor, I'm John Holcomb.